because sometimes you just want to watch an apocalypse drama that relies heavily on the use of cell phones as a plot device, and sometimes it kicks you in the face. Hi, my name is Vrai.
And I am Blue.
What the hell, man? Devil Survivor 2, by the way. I had so many hopes. Okay, let's back it up a little bit. So, this is a spring 2012 anime. It started back in, March, April. It's based on a game released in 2011 by Atlas, Devil Survivor 2, and I was all excited because I like Atlas games. I'm a big fan of Persona. I like Catherine and the Shin Megami Tensei games and all of that, so I was really excited. I watched the first episode of the anime and went out and scoured the earth for the game, which turned out to be a whole lot harder than I thought it was. We walked down city streets and couldn't find the game in a tri-state area. Anyway, and got the game and beat it immediately and sunk like 60 hours into this thing because there's more than one ending. And we wanted the anime to be good. It started out really strong. Like, there's a good first episode. Like, the premise is that the world is ending and there's a bunch of monster attacks and people are dying, there's subway crashes and all of that, and some people survive these attacks because they have an app on their cell phones that lets them summon demons, and that's just a thing they do. It's like Nintendo and Mario. So they have this app that lets them summon demons and also sends them clips of when their friends are about to die, which is the weirdest idea for a website ever.
It's like the Facebook, but for death.
Exactly, it's Death Facebook. Only in Japan would teenagers get together excitedly and say, I saw this great new website. It shows you pictures of your friends as they die.
But you only usually die if you sign up for that website.
Yeah, people who are not on the website don't seem to be affected that much, strangely. Of course, they all died in the apocalypse because they didn't sign up for the creepy website, and they don't get demons either, so...
Of course, the ones that even signed up for the creepy website still died in the apocalypse.
Yeah, so that's the thing. When I was playing the game, there's this, it's kind of got this shtick where it runs on a timer. You choose from a menu to do, like, certain events, like boss battles or interacting with certain characters, and each event takes half an hour, and if you don't do certain events by a certain time, you can get your teammates killed off, like, permanently. And you can totally do a run where nobody dies, and that's what I did, and I was like, well, that's what they're going to do with the anime, because that's generally a thing. When you have an animated adaptation of a video game, they go for, with multiple endings, they go for the best, shiniest, hardest to get ending. And that's what I was looking forward to, and then we got a couple episodes in, and I was like, oh, that's not what, no, I guess that's not going to happen here.
What a twist.
It was not a twist, it was bullshit!
Told you, M Night Shamylan snuck in and directed that anime.
No. On the one hand, you can kind of understand because they've got 13 episodes, and this is a game that has 9 or 10 major party members and a couple of side characters beyond that. You don't have time to develop that many people. They killed everyone off, and they still didn't develop them.
See, like, I didn't even play the game, but I feel like that. It's like, I loved it when the first couple episodes, I was like, oh, this is kind of awesome. Mm-hmm. Death by cell phone. And kind of stupid, but it was kind of awesome.
It looks really pretty. It has gorgeous animation.
It does. And I was like, this is kind of cool. And then at the end, it's like, oh no, we're running out of time, so we're just going to grab all this stuff and shove it in your face.
And it's kind of skirting around spoilers because, God knows, someone might want to watch this. It has issues. There's one or two things that it does well, and one of those things is Alcor, who is basically, if you've ever watched Evangelion, he's Kaoru. Like, he's the weird alien creature who develops feelings and a fascination with humanity and a couple of characters in particular, and has a change of heart and switches sides, and that's his character arc.
He is Jesus.
He's kinda sorta Jesus. In the game, his purpose was, like, to stand mysteriously and exposit in the background, and then maybe if you met all of the conditions you could pick his ending, and it was the hardest to get. But and in this one they spent a lot more time with him as an actual character, developing him with an arc, which is kind of nice. I actually really liked his scenes, because this anime doesn't understand character arcs. It really, really doesn't.
No. But still, it is not the worst thing I have ever seen.
No!
Yeah, like, I think if you're really into the game and you're curious about it, go ahead and watch it, but...
No, dude, don't do it. Don't do it.
I say...
I'll fight you on this one.
I say if you feel like it, go for it.
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
See, I don't care.
No, you have to
I'm sorry, I'm not an extreme nerdist about games. When you were playing, what was that one? The other one you played?
Catherine?
Yeah, Catherine. I fell asleep.
Yeah, you always do that. You fell asleep during Silent Hill, except for my screaming.
I'm sorry, it was funny.
But point being, this is a really bad thing to do if you like the game, especially one of the most popular characters. He actually topped the popularity charts in Japan, and from what I've seen of the American fan base, he's pretty damn popular too. There's this character who's the inexplicably young head of the super secret government organization that was created like the Men in Black to protect us from the world-ending alien monsters named after constellations. Yamato Hotsuin. And he is 17 years old and acts like he's 30. And in the game, he's actually pretty interesting. He's going for a sort of a meritocracy. That's the name of his ending, and they spout it often enough just to make sure you get it and it beats it through your head.
Yeah, where in the show, he's more of just an uncaring, unfeeling douchebag.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of, it starts out as a subtle difference because they're both interested in, like, I'm going to make a world where the strong are rewarded. The people who are best at things will rise to the top of society, and the weak will all just kind of die off. And it starts out, it's like, okay, that's kind of him, and then he, in the game, starts to defrost later, and the main character is like, I will show you the ways of life, and humanity is worth things, because in the anime, the main character, who is, you name yourself in the game, and in the anime, he's named Hibiki. Hibiki got shonen protagonist syndrome real bad. Like, he's special. Somebody came and tapped him on the head in his sleep, and he just gets to summon powerful demons right off the bat because of reasons. He has a lot of feelings. I'm gonna guess that's the reason. And there's no reason for that. And in the game, he's just some dude. He's just some dude, and he gets better and is a good tactical leader in his understanding of how people work. And so for Yamato, it's like, oh, maybe there are interesting people out there among the normals who could rise from their bullshit into being useful. And that kind of opens up into, takoyaki is delicious. Allow me to have this heartwarming scene where we talk about how I don't understand how to have feelings, and you're the only person I can really open up to. And it's basically a romance, but not quite.
They didn't have time for that. They were too busy doing other silly shenanigans.
In the anime, by contrast, Yamato's thing is he's really obsessed with Hibiki because they knew which audience they were playing to. And it doesn't have any of the honesty or relationship growth of the game because they never spend any time together. So it's like, why do you consider this person such a valuable pawn? And then turning right the fuck around and being like, well, I guess I'll kill you now because you disagreed with me, even though you've been disagreeing with me for the entire anime. Nothing changed. You just changed your mind to force contrivedly the conflict.
See, I wouldn't even sense, like, them sort of, like, having, like, a friendship or anything unless you would have
ranted about it at length.
Well, see, because you told me about it in the game, and then, like, got to that part, and it's like, yeah, they, like, had, like, a few conversations, and I'm not sensing anything.
Yeah, there's no, like, I rely on you for things. Let's talk about life.
Or let's be buddies. He's basically, like, Hitler, kind of.
He's a really hot Hitler. And you know what's sad? It's like, I tried to think of other things to say about the other characters. There's not really a lot to say.
No, they're kind of just there.
And then there's the second worst sin, which is Io, who is the main female character sidekick, and who is badass in the game. And she's her whole shtick in the game is she's like the one who's the smartest and kind of has an idea of what's going on, but she's not very confident in herself. So she always keeps her ideas to herself. And the goal of her character arc is getting her to express her opinions and be confident in her intelligence. And then, and eventually she rises to the occasion and decides to put her life on the line to protect everybody. And she actively decides to do that. And then in the anime, it's not like that at all.
No, actually, I even forgot who the hell she was by the time she showed up.
She and Hibiki in the game have a lovely relationship. It's very charming. If you wanted to go that route for a more mainstream anime adaptation and do that heteronormativity bullshit. Fine, it's lovely. But then in the anime, they get no scenes together. And there's one more episode to go, but you know what? I don't care. I defended this anime for so long. I have another friend who watched the first 4 episodes and really liked the beginning, and then she was like, well, this is a little bit too much like they're doing a greatest hits highlight of the game without really explaining any of it. And I was like,
exactly.
No, it's gonna be good. I swear. They're leading somewhere. They're cutting some extra characters, but they've got a real strong arc here with the central 3 or 4. No, they don't. No, they have no idea what they're doing, and I shouldn't be surprised because the director of this anime also was responsible for another Atlas anime adaptation that pissed me off, which is Persona 4, which I got 8 episodes into. And then things happen. Unacceptable homophobic bullshit. Terrible pacing. Bad things.
So
I shouldn't have been surprised.
That's why you made me watch this show. It's because I didn't play the game. So you knew I couldn't give up on it because I had no idea where it was going.
I still haven't quite given up hope on you playing the game. I just got halfway through it and I'm like, this is hard. This is hard and there's no difficulty settings. Only I am masochistic enough to try this.
I get bored with puzzles.
There's no puzzles. It's just beating the shit out of things.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds fun.
It's basically Pokemon, but with a higher difficulty curve.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. So it's like Pokemon with demons and Animal Crossing, which is the other weird part. They seem to be, at this point, they're not going for any ending at all, so much as they're just like, we give up. Or, possibly, this is a commercial for the re-release of the game, of Devil Survivor 2 that's coming out that'll have a new What If campaign on it.
Maybe I'll try it out after I finish Dragon Age 2.
Eventually.
And if you play 4 Cups of Crash Racing with me.
It's a deal.
Okay, even though you say I cheat.
Shh, you do cheat. But we'll pick this up another day. Alright, it's lovely talking with you all. Sayonara, bye-bye.
I don't cheat.
You do.